Okay. So, if time permits, I want us to do two things. Number one is WordPress installation
Yeah.
using
Using.
your localhost XAMPP.
Okay.
XAMPP. So also how to install WordPress from your WordPress from your cPanel login using your cPanel.
Mm-hmm.
So the first thing we need to do on our local system, we need to go to the browser.
Mm-hmm.
Hope you can see my browser.
Yes, I can.
Okay. So go to the browser. We need to download a software called XAMPP. So, but if you have WAMP, there are different local server we can use. So, but
What's the main difference between the both of them?
no difference like that. It's just the
Just
company. The
like
difference
Coke,
is the company. Are you getting it now?
like Coke and Pepsi.
Yes. So the difference is just the company. So then their interface will be different since it's different company. So,
Yeah.
but what they do is the same. So let me download. Sorry, when I'm trying to download, you will notice that. Let me go back. You will notice we have different version,
Yeah.
different PHP version. So I can decide to go for the 8.0. I can decide to go for 8.2.
Mm-hmm.
So many a times I may suggest you go for 8.2, but the reason being that if you are doing custom solutions, there are some softwares that does not run on 8.2 yet. They
Mm-hmm.
run on 8.0.
Okay.
So, and most of the software that runs on 8.2, they have a minimum requirement of maybe 7.4. So, and if you have 8.0, then you are still good to go. Even though it is advisable to always use the latest version.
Yeah. So
So let me download. So I'm downloading 8.2. Note that if you have WAMP before,
mm-hmm.
WAMP is also another company. So if you have WAMP before, there's no need of installing XAMPP again. They are
Okay.
still the same thing. The concept is still the same, but the interface is different.
Okay, sure.
So let me run my installation. I continue. Next button. I continue. I continue. I continue. I continue. It's just for you to have this basic idea, though.
Yeah.
So that the reason is sometimes you may want to troubleshoot somebody's maybe server or site, and
Yeah.
the person is using localhost. So you want to connect with the person using TeamViewer or any desk or any software for virtual connection. So many a times, if the person is using localhost and you only know how to install online, it may be difficult for you to help the person.
Yeah.
So even though you can also research, but you can also save time if you have a basic understanding of how it works locally.
Yes, sir.
So because even these days I prefer just doing everything I want to do online due to at least if since I'm connected to the internet, I easily do everything I want to do on my hosting server.
Yeah.
So I will also show you how to do that from your cPanel because that is not time taking
Yeah.
actually. And you don't need to copy file from one place to another. So let's wait while this unpack this installation is complete. Mhm. So while this is installing, let's just use the opportunity to download WordPress.
Yeah.
WordPress. Search for WordPress. WordPress download. So click on the download button. So we'll see the recent. Can you see recommended PHP 7.4 or greater? Are you getting it now? So if
Yeah.
you have PHP 8, it will work. If you have PHP 8.2, it will work. Are you getting it now?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I said some of the software you may want to use, if their minimum is 7.4 or 7.0, your 8 will still work, your 8.2 will still work. But there are some softwares that they are not running on 8.2 yet. The maximum version is 8 because they have not updated their libraries. There are some, the maximum is even 7.4, but those are old softwares.
Yeah.
So let's just click on the download button. So it's downloading, download complete. So let's check. Okay, our installation is almost complete.
Yeah.
So, okay. So, so you can also use that local software actually.
Yeah.
So, but many at times there are some users you will encounter that what they just use is their local server. So they
Yeah.
use this XAMPP, WAMP, and the rest. So the reason why we are going through this route is for you to be able to debug, help them, you know. So it's
Yeah.
not that for you to know it alone, but you need to know your way out of any issues.
Yeah.
So to be able to download database from your local server. So you should be able to import, you should be able to do all those basic things actually. So but online, everything will just be press this button, everything is set up automatically. Within 2 seconds, you are done.
Yeah.
So this is almost done. So can you see now it's done? So he said, do you want to start control panel? So from the control panel is where you can manage most of your this thing. But let me just uncheck it and click on finish. So if I click on finish, now my installation is stored inside my C drive, inside my C, inside XAMPP. So even if it's WAMP, most of the times it's also stored inside your C folder. All right, your C local disk C. So as the case may be. So now this is my example. If I open it, so I'll see all the folders. I'll see all the folders that the software has created. So if I want to launch the control panel, I can just come and launch XAMPP control panel here, XAMPP control. So if I double click this, it will open the XAMPP control for me. So now, also, I have my htdoc. This htdoc is where all your web files will be saved. All right.
Yeah.
Everything we are going to be doing will be inside this htdoc. So let's just start our control panel. We can start it by double clicking on this. We can also start it by going to your stats, then searching for XAMPP, then clicking on XAMPP control panel. Are you getting it now? So it
Yes.
depends on how you want to go about it. So now if you still click, it will still take you to the same place. So now this is our control panel. So now in this control panel, we can start our Apache server. This is our Apache server, and we can start our MySQL server. So what we don't need everything now. We just need only the Apache server and the MySQL server.
Okay.
So now, once you click on the stats, you will see it will be yellow before you know it turns to green. Then we are good to go when it turns to green. The same thing, start your MySQL server. When it turns to green, you are good to go. So now, remember, we have downloaded WordPress, a
Yes, sir.
WordPress a WordPress installation file. So as I said, everything we are going to do must be inside our htdoc. All right, must
Yes,
be
sir.
inside our htdoc. So all I need to do is open here, check my folder here, then I can let me download, because I just want to download WinRAR. WinRAR saves me time when I'm extracting than the normal system WinZip. That's
Yeah.
just my own experience actually. So let me just download this. Let me install. Within few seconds, I will install that. Install. Okay. Installation done. Installation done. So then I can extract. So I can just copy this. Just a moment. So let me just copy it and go to my local disk here, my htdoc here, inside my zap, paste it, then I can extract here. All right. So once I
Yeah.
extract it, you see its name as WordPress. All right. So all I need to do is rename it to something meaningful. Let's say my business. Let's say you can name it any name, but business is not a good name though. Are you getting it?
Yeah.
So it should
Yeah.
be the name of your project. Exactly. So now
Yes, sir.
let's try to access this by saying localhost. Localhost. When we just press localhost, you see that it will, bring up the default XAMPP this thing dashboard. So, but where we are going to is localhost slash business. Localhost/business. That's our folder name. Are you getting it now? So if
Yeah.
we say localhost/business, this is our folder. We have renamed our folder to what? To business.
Yeah.
So we are trying to load this folder. So when we say localhost/business, it will try to open up this folder.
Yeah.
So let's wait while it's not supposed to take time, but because I'm using what's it called? I'm using a virtual system, a remote system. So that's why
Yeah.
it's a little bit taking time. So now this is the initial WordPress setup configuration. So by default, leave it as English unless you understand other languages. So
Yeah.
you can also select maybe English Canada as the case may be. So I will just leave it as default. Then I click on continue. So once I click on continue, it's going to tell me that you need to set up your database name. Ensure you have all these things already. All right. So if you have it, then we are good to go. So notes, we don't have it. We need to create it. But let's click on let's go. So if we click on let's go, it will ask us what's our database name. We don't have. What's our username? We don't have. What's our password? We don't have. The database host is by default is localhost. All right. So how do we get this information? To get this information, we need the what we call php_my_admin. That's where we manage most of this information. But just give me like 2 minutes. Let me reply a chat. It's very urgent.
Okay, sir.
All right, sorry, I'm back.
Yes, sir.
So let's continue. So as I said, we need to what? Create the database. So
Yeah.
without the database, if we say submit, this will not go. Are you seeing error? Error
Yeah.
establishing a database connection. So we need to establish this database. So we need to go to our php_my_admin. So there are different ways in which you can access it. You can access it by clicking on this admin here from this control panel, or you can just say localhost/php_my_admin. Localhost/php_my_admin.
Yeah.
php_my_admin. So even if you are on WAMP too, it's also the same thing. Localhost/php_my_admin. They are still the same thing, and the interface for the php_my_admin is always the same. The one with the web is also the same with the one on the localhost. So there's no difference. So now, let me add a new database. Click on database. Then come to database here. Let's just give it a name, business. So you click on the button create. All right. So now can
Yeah.
you see our database has been created? So this number one requirement, we are done with this one. We save it as business. All right. So
Yeah.
now the local hosts on your local host, there is a default username and password, which is root. Once you just type root and leave the password empty, you are good to go. So, but online is different because of security issues. You can't do that online. So, but
Yeah.
you can also maybe uh maybe your what's it called now? Your what's it called? You want to secure your data. because some people runs their this thing on localhost, some of their softwares on localhost. So they need to use a strong they need to create a privilege for this. So to create a user privilege for this, all you need to do is go back to your go back, then go to privileges. So if you go to privileges, now can you see the root I'm talking about? This is
Yeah.
the root I'm talking about. So the root is with empty password, but we need to add our own. You can just proceed from there, but I'm just showing you so that you can know
Can
in
you edit
case.
the root?
No, you can't edit the root. Just leave the root. It's better you just create your own privileges, because it will affect some other things actually.
Mm-hmm.
So it's better to leave the root and create your own.
Mm-hmm.
So now click on add new user. Then what's the user? We can call the user mic. But anything you are using, because there's going to be maybe a lot of, unless if you want to use this user for all your application, which is not
Mm-hmm.
ideal. But when you get to online, everything will change. Oh. Are you
Okay.
getting it? So
Yeah.
this localhost just remains localhost. All the username, the privileges remains on the localhost. So once it's online, you have to change it to what is obtainable online. So,
Yeah.
but let's just proceed by saying MIC user. The host name is localhost. You can leave it at percentage. You can also write. You can select. So it depends. All will still work. All right. So let
Yeah.
me leave it at any. Then the password I can say 20. I'll just try the same thing, but put 20 star. 20. No, but I may not remember all these things. But nevertheless, we don't need to remember though. So I put it this way. All right. Let's
Yeah.
copy. So you have to retype it again. You retype it here. Then
Yeah.
the next thing you do is check this privilege, so that it can you will be able to have access to all these privileges. Select,
Yeah.
insert all those privileges. All right. So
Yeah.
now all you need to do is click on the go button. Click on the go button. So can you see this user has been added successfully? So if we go to the user account, you see MIC has been added successfully. Can you see the root password? No, the root is not using password, but MIC user is using password. So now for you to confirm that, now let me put MIC user. All right. So I'm going
Mm-hmm.
to put a wrong password here and click on submit. You will see, can you see error establishing a database because the
Yeah.
password is wrong. So now let me put the right password. This is the right password. Then I can change the table prefix actually. So it's better not to use the default WP, so that because of all these hackers that can just easily detect your distance. So it's better you just use something like, you just use anything. So at least let it not be the same WP. All
Mm-hmm.
right.
Yeah.
So now we have this table prefix here, then you can submit. Can you see?
Yes,
Our
sir.
installation is ready. You have made it through the part of installation. WordPress can now communicate with your what? With your database. Now, if you check our database is empty for now. So, but
Yeah.
let's click on install. You'll see our database will not be empty again. So now we need to put our site name. Our site name is business 101. Business business 101. All right. You have to use something meaningful. This is just a training section. So our username, something you can remember. I'm just using my Ruben. So I can copy this password. You can type anything you can remember. Are you getting it?
Yeah.
Then email at gmail.com. So I can click on what? Install WordPress. So ensure you remember your username and your password. Very important. Or else you won't be able to log in. So let me save. So I can log in. So if we come back to our database and click on database, can you see it?
Yeah.
The table has what has been created. Very good. So now can you see our WordPress site is ready? So if I
Yes,
click
sir.
on this and open a new tab, see our default WordPress is ready on our local hosts. We are
Yeah.
accessing it using the localhost/business. So can you see we are good to go? So now put in your login details and log in into the administrative end. So any question?
No, sir.
So we are good to go on this localhost, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. So the next thing we need to do, let's do the one for online, the installation for online. But we are good here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let me just say something here before I forget, since we are moving out of the localhost. Now, assuming you are now ready, maybe you finish your deployment on localhost and you are ready to move your database online. All you need to do is come to export. You have to export your database here by clicking on this export button. All right,
Yeah.
then leave the information, then just click on the export button. So once you click on the export button, can you see your database has been downloaded, business.sql. All right, so if I go online and I import my database, everything will be ready. So now let's move to the online server.
Wait, when you
Okay,
reach the,
go back.
let's say you create a site
Yeah.
using localhost, then you
Yes.
export. Where exactly would you import it in the online system?
I know for the online, you need to go to your PHP my admin. I will show you. Let's do
Oh,
the online home so that I show you.
okay.
You will also see the similarities. So now let me look for any of let me look for, okay. So let me use this site. All right. So let me log in into the cPanel.
Can you please mention the latest APK, what latest APK you are asking to me?
Uh, why? Okay, good. So now we have been able to log in into the control panel. So when you get your domain and you get your hosting, sorry, am I recording? Okay, I'm recording. Good. So when you get your what's it called, your hosting and domain, which we are going to do later,
Mm-hmm.
so you'll be given a control panel login details, as the case may be. So once you're given the control panel login details, you will have something like this once you log in, something similar to this. So now, but when you have something similar to this, there are some providers, there are some hosting providers actually that will not give you WordPress Softaculous. So Softaculous is a software on cPanel. There is itself. It's somewhere here. It's under this site softwares. All right. So
Yeah.
you will be able to install WordPress from it. All right. There are different ways in which you can install WordPress on your cPanel. So we are going to be doing two. We are going to do the manual process and we are going to do the automated process. So let me start with the manual because the manual is a bit somehow. So now, and the automatic is just straightforward. All right. So, but just 2 seconds. Let me send the file to somebody. Um, so 2.10. 2.10. Let's see. All right, sorry for that. So now, so I said there are different ways in which we can install the WordPress. All right. So let's go through the manual process. Now, this is the site. Can you see it's empty now? This is empty. So now what we need to do is go to the file manager. Then the same thing we did offline by downloading. Let me go back, sorry. By downloading WordPress, we need to do the same. So go to WordPress, we download it on our system. WordPress download. So you download the latest version on your system. Are you getting it now? So once you click on download, I have the latest version too. So let me click on the download button. So that's downloads on your system. Now, downloads on my system, but let me be sure I have it first. Okay, I'm not sure I have. Manager. You go to what? You go to your file manager. So once you click on your file manager, it takes you to a page like this, a page similar to this. So all your files, all your working files is inside your public HTML. All right. It's inside public HTML. So open the public.html. Open the public.html. So once you open the public.html, by default, oh, I need to log in again. So by default, it should be partially empty. What you can just see there maybe is one folder, and so, but probably it should be partially empty. So we click on the file manager. So as I said, your folder, your public, everything you are going to do is inside your public dot or underscore HTML. So open the public underscore HTML. So it should be empty. So can you see? You should have something like this. So, and if it's not empty, you can just delete. No, sorry, don't delete, because there might be important information there. So, but by default, when you buy something new, it should be empty, unless if the hosting company just added their basic HTML file, so it can be deleted. So once, what you need to do is now click on the upload button here. So we need to bring in our WordPress, the WordPress file we just downloaded. So let me go to my downloads. Let me go to my compress. Can you see this is my WordPress installation file? So click on open. So just to wait while. Yeah.
Sorry, sir. So it's in the cPanel that you can add a WordPress file, a CSS file, a HTML file, whatever.
Yes, anything it is. It's in the cPanel inside the public underscore HTML, public underscore HTML. So that's where you are going to upload, even if it's HTML, even the HTML stuff you're doing, you can upload it here. And once you preview the domain, everything will be active. All right.
Yes,
So
sir.
just for you to know, let me just do that. You know, we have a folder called class. I have a folder on the system which we used for the class section. So which has the CSS images, the one we did, if you remember. So let me just let me zip these files, right? The reason why we are zipping it is so that it will be easy for us to upload, and when we want to extract it online, we'll be able to extract. So let me click on the upload button. So if I click on the upload button, I have something like this. I click on select file. So I need to select where the file is. Can you see the file, the HTML file, right? then you click on open. So once you click on open, you will see the CSS file is being uploaded. Just wait until it's changed to green. So if it changed to red, there's a problem. So you have to upload again. So come back, this is done. Then reload. Click on the reload button here. So once you click on the reload button here, you will be able to see the files just uploaded now. Can you see it now? So extract the CSS file, extract. So once we extract, leave this and just click on the extract file. So once you click on the extract file, can you see everything is extracted here, right? So now let me open this link again. Let me reload this page. Let me reload this page. Let me reload this page. Can you see what we have?
Yeah.
Do you remember this was what we are doing on our system in the last class? So can you see now, if you access this URL from your hand, you will see this is what is going to be displayed. Our site is now live, is now online. All right,
Okay.
so we're good, right? You understand that? So but
Yeah.
in a case of this is an HTML file, so and if I just go to maybe about, I think we did contacts.html. So assuming we link this actually, so it would have taken us to this contacts page. But let me be sure we have contacts there. Okay, we have contacts. So can you see what's showing us? This is what we did the last time. All right. So now, but that's not the focus. So let me delete everything except this last one, which is the WordPress installation file. All right. So everything has been deleted automatically. So I have deleted everything. Sorry. So now let me extract this. Right click on it and click on extract. Or better still, click on it and click on extract here. Okay. So there are different ways. Either right click and click on extract. Then once you do that, you click on extract files. So once you click on extract files, just wait a moment. Now it has been extracted. You can click on close. Now, but notice it's inside WordPress. Now let's try and reload this file, reload this site again. You see what we are having, but because we have deleted it, if we reload, can you see what we are now having?
Yeah.
But this does not really make sense, right? It does not really make sense. So how do we get something out of this? Now note that if we click on this WordPress now, it will now take us to the WordPress installation. It will take us to the WordPress installation. Can you see it now? Just like what we have on the localhost. Well, I don't like this URL because it's having the name of the site /WordPress. So what do I need to do? I need to open this folder, select everything inside, select everything by clicking on the select all, and move it backward a bit so that it won't be inside the WordPress folder. It will be inside my main public underscore HTML. So I click on my move button. So once I click on the move button, I can delete this WordPress. So let it be just public underscore HTML. So that means it will, once I load that site name, that's the file it will pick. It will not pick /WordPress again. So if I go up one time and I click on maybe my public HTML, can you see everything is now here?
Yeah.
Do you understand that? Okay, great. So all I need to do is let me just delete this WordPress, delete everything, and just enter the site name and click on enter. So once I click on enter, can you see it's now taking me to the WordPress installation? Are you getting it now? So you click on continue just like your localhost. You see the interface just like your localhost. You click on let's go. So it's asking you for the database name. We don't have this yet, so we need to create this. So how do we create this? We also go to our PHP. Notice that on our localhost, we go to local/phpMyAdmin. So now all we need to do is come to our cPanel here and locate where you have phpMyAdmin. But you creating the database, you can't create it directly from the phpMyAdmin online. There's a little bit difference. So you need to create it first using the database wizard. All right, or you can create it from manage my database, but let's use database wizard since that is a bit straightforward. I'll also show you how to create it here. That's not a problem. So now what should be our database name? I can say Biz Connect. All right, then I click on next. So it will ask me the username. What will be my database username? You remember the one we created then? You can use anything once you're online, but use something meaningful because you might have more than one database and more than one users on that server. So you need to use something meaningful. So I can say biz user. This user. Then the password I can just use the password generator to generate a password. Ensure you have copied it. Can you see I have copied this password? Then use. So once you use it, click on create. Can you see? So once you click on create, it will ask you for privileges. Remember on the localhost too, we check all those privileges if you remember. So do the same thing here. Check all the privileges and click on make changes. Click on make changes. So now everything, your database has been created. So now let's go to this place. You know, I copied the password. Let me paste it so that I won't forget. All right.
What
Then
if you accidentally forget your password?
There's a way you can reset. So I'll show you. Then you come here. This is the database name. I paste it. Then you come here. Biz user. I copy it and I paste it. All right. So just a moment. Let me connect my system to power.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So now we have entered our information. Remember, we can change this, all right, to anything. At least ensure it's not in the default WP, all right? So then leave this underscore at the front of it. Very important. Leave it the way it is. Don't change it. Understood?
Yeah.
So now let's proceed. So let's proceed by clicking on submit. But in case maybe I later forgot to copy that my password the other time, what I need to do is I need to come back here. So come back to the home on my cPanel homepage, then come back to manage my database. Manage my database. So once I come to manage my database, I'll be able to see the information. Can you see my database? I can create new database here. I can also, once I create it, you will see it here. So the database and the user is connected to, you will see it here. Then you can delete the database here if you wish to. You can also add new database user here, the password, and create. So then you can now link the user and the database together here. All right. So if you want to change the password, you can change the password by clicking on this change password button. Understood?
Yeah.
Very good. So now let's proceed with our installation by clicking on submit. So if everything is good, it will tell you it is good, just like what you have on that localhost. So let's run the installation. Asking us of site name, demo class. Then let me just use this. Let me use my email. Then let me click on install. Remember your password. Let me save that because I may forget. Since it's automatically generated for me. So I've been able to save that. So my installation is ongoing. So depending on your network speed, this should not take you like let's say 30 seconds to 45 seconds, depending on the network speed. Yeah, so we're done. Good job. So let's log in. Let's log in using our login details, using this and click on the login form. Great. So everything is is working well now. Can you see? So if you check this domain here, you'll be able to access it. So we have been able to install our WordPress on localhost, and we have also been able to install it online. All right. So now let me show you the PHP My Admin. So go back to your cPanel homepage. You can also use this to search. Actually, I can just search here PHP. So instead of going back to home and clicking, so you can also come here and come and click on the PHP My Admin. So once I come now, I need you to note something because we are going to do the automated method. Are you getting it? We just did the manual method now online. So we're going to do the automated method. Can you see the database? This is the database here. All right. This is the database here. Can you see it now?
Yes, sir.
You can also export if you wish to. All right. So basically, that's it. But you notice something. You can't create the database here. Unlike on your local host, you can create, but here you can't create. So there's a little different method in creating your database online and on local hosts. All right. Very good. So let's proceed to the online. Just a moment. All right. So let's proceed. Let's proceed. So now let's do the automated. Let's do the automated system. All right. So now, as I said earlier, there are different ways in which you can do that. Some system has a software we call Softaculous. So this Softaculous helps you to manage, to install some of these available softwares in your system. So, but let me click on this site, softwares. This is not having. Can you see? Contact your host provider to enable it. So this is not enabled on this server. So that is also an automated process. Is easy if that Softaculous is enabled, but nevertheless, if it's not enabled, there are also other means. The other one is what we call WP Toolkit. WP Toolkit. So it's always in not all server though, but some of the server we either have the WP Toolkit or the Softaculous. So they will have one of the two. Are you getting it now? So now, can you see we have WP2 keys? We don't have any WordPress site connected yet. Do you want to install a new? Yes. I can click on yes. So now, do you know that we have, we already have a WordPress installation on our main site? Are you getting it now?
Yeah.
So we might not be able to install it on that main site again. So we need to install it inside a folder. So we can call it new. So we can call it new. All right. So, but if we have not installed anything initially, yes, you can just delete this so that it will install on your main site. Can you see? When I deleted it, can you see what's saying? It says WordPress is already installed on the target. If you proceed with installing WordPress, installation will be overwritten. Are you getting it now? So, but let me just do it on newness. Let me just say new piece. New piece. Are you getting it now? So I'm creating this inside a subfolder. So now the next thing I need to do, I can just select the current version. So you can leave all this as default, leave all this as default. Ensure you note the username and password, but not necessary though. The reason why I say it's not necessary, I will tell you, because once you use this WP toolkit to create it, if you want to log in, you can log in from here without using password and username. All right. So, but if you don't want to come to cPanel and come and log into your WordPress site, you need to ensure you know your username and your password. So you can either change it from the system generated to your own that you manually remember. Then the database too, you don't need to touch this, but if you feel like you want to go ahead, why not? But you can leave this as default. Leave all these as default. Actually, there's no need touching all this. So the only thing you just need to touch is maybe your location where you want to install it. Apart from that, leave everything as default and click on the what install button.
Yeah.
So let's wait while the system performs that.
You don't have the WKit something. Like, how do you download it?
And then you check for, no, you can't download it. It comes with your cPanel, with your server.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it's your service provider that would do that. So it's either WP Toolkit comes with it, or Subtaculous comes with it. And if none comes with it, then definitely you go with the manual method we just did, the first method. So now everything is set. Your WordPress has been installed. So this is it now. All right. So I can click on open website. So you will see my new website. Can you see? /new piece. All right. So if I want to log in into the backend, I can just click on login here. So once I click on login here, now let me reload this page. Let me reload this database page. Can you see? We only have 3 database here. These 2 are the default database. You don't need to touch these ones. All right. They are the one that make the system to work. So just this is the one we created. But let's reload this page. You will see now it is now 4 instead of 3, because the system has automatically is it just a moment. Let me go back and let's just go back from here. Database, manage database. You will see it here now. And then we'll now go back to the PHP my admin. Now can you see we now have 2 database here? You know, we created these ourselves, but this was what the system created itself. It created the user and also created this user. All right. So if we go to PHP my admin now, PHP my admin, you will see it also reflecting there. So can you see that the automated one is better? It makes the job easier. Can you see the second one now? This is the one we created. This is the second one here that the system created itself. So it saves us the stress of copying this, setting the username, setting the password, all the rest. So can you see we have been able to log into the backend
But
of
like
this?
the one that the system created, can you like edit the information there?
Yes, you can edit it. So, but why editing when the system can automatically just generate something and create it for you? Are you getting it? It makes the work easier instead of doing the manual stuff. So, but you can edit. You can edit. So now these are our WordPress dashboard. So I think this is where we're going to stop today. This is where we're going to stop. Then what I just need from you is you need to